GOA had a major victory in North Carolina. Let's go ahead and talk about it. What is up, Wolverines? And watch this. No arms being cut off. The studio is done, so I hope you like it, and I hope it works out for me because I spent a lot of money on it, and I don't want to spend a lot of money if it doesn't work out. So, if you don't know who I am, my name is Crump. I'm an investigative journalist, and I concentrate on firearms in the firearms industry and the firearms landscape. If you could do me a big favor, like, comment, and subscribe, it would be marvelous. And every time that you do, an ATF agent doesn't shoot a dog. And I like dogs, so let's prevent them from getting shot by ATF agents. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about today's story. Gun Owners of America has won a preliminary injunction against Mecklenburg County Sheriff and reality TV star Gary McFadden. If you don't know, during COVID, McFadden and his cronies decided to delay all pistol purchase permits and handgun permits. In North Carolina, in order to purchase a handgun, you need what's called a handgun purchase permit. And these are kind of like concealed carry permits. In fact, if you get a concealed carry permit, it eliminates the need for a handgun purchase permit. But a lot of the steps you have to go through is the same with both. So like I said, during the COVID period, the Mecklenburg County Sheriff's Office started delaying these permits. According to state law, you have 45 days to issue them. A judge told him that he has to issue them within 45 days. And according to him, he got caught up. It was taking about 10 months to issue these permits. And after they got caught up, it was taking about 10 months to issue these permits instead of the 45 days. So he was playing fast and loose with the numbers. I'm going to tell you how. The first thing that they did is played with the fingerprinting process. According to McFadden, the process was required for applications, and the application was not complete until you got your fingerprints. And you could only get your fingerprints through the sheriff's department. So they started this weird type of appointment system instead of having to walk in. In my local sheriff's department, if I walk in, I get fingerprinted right there. In Mecklenburg, which is the home of Charlotte, you have to make an appointment. And he was setting these appointments out to about 8 weeks, so about 2 months. It would take 2 months to get fingerprinted, and you couldn't buy a purchase. And you couldn't get a handgun permit or a handgun purchase permit until you got those fingerprints. That's one way they were using it. Also in North Carolina, to get a pistol purchase permit or a handgun carry permit, you have to get a mental health screening. And the people have to sign a HIPAA release form letting the sheriff's department request those records. Well, according to the Gigadouche sheriff, the application was not complete until they received the records. What they were doing is delaying the request for the records. So if they don't request the records, they're still in compliance, right? They were playing all these games, and GOA had to go back to court and sue to get these games taken care of. So the judge in the case called out McFadden for playing fast and loose with the rules. The judge said starting Tuesday, you have to complete the fingerprinting process in no more than 5 days. You gotta remember, it was taking about 2 months. And if you don't do all this stuff and get everyone their permits within 45 days, you can be held in contempt of court. What that would mean is McFadden would have to pay a fine, or in extreme cases, he could be sent to jail until they comply with it. GOA also said they would accept his resignation as remedy to a contempt charge. Mecklenburg County is not a small county. Their budget for the sheriff's office is $136 million. And they have about 1,800 employees. Only 18 employees are assigned to the permitting office. The permitting office is what's called non-discretionary spending. They are using discretionary spending, which means not required by law, to do things like hand out backpacks and monitor gun shows. So this guy claims to be a 2A guy, but he is definitely not a 2A guy. Now, the only settlement that GOA will take is that if the sheriff follows the law is still an infringement, but it is better to get your permit within 45 days than to have to wait nearly a year. We'll see what happens. A good thing is that the judge issued the preliminary injunction. In order to issue a preliminary injunction, there has to be evidence that the case has a good chance of succeeding. So the judge is basically saying that they believe that GOA will succeed in the lawsuit, which is good. And I think that they will. I don't see any way the sheriff can get away with what he's doing. But, you know, stranger things have happened. All right, I hope you have a happy Saturday. Go Caps, they won today. 6-1, they crushed the Panthers. Come on, 2 more games, Caps. Just give me 2 more games. If you like what I do here, you can always support me on my locals at johncrump.locals.com. I post all my content over there, and we have a lot of fun. Check out the Discord down below in the description. Also down below in the description is a link to my live channel, and this should be a card somewhere around somewhere. I don't know. It's going to be above me. Just look for the card. You can click on that card. It will take you right to my live channel. Now, I'm trying to do 15 videos in 15 days, and I am halfway through it at this point, which is cool. If you want to see the video that I released yesterday, which was Friday, you can do that by clicking on it right there. Right there. Just click. You know, you want to click, 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 click. All right, guys, that is it. I love you so much. You mean the world to me. Hey, this is John Crump from my editing desk. I forgot to do my sign off, and also I forgot to thank Grassroots North Carolina, who had a big part in this case. So way to go, Grassroots North Carolina, one of the best state groups out there. With that said, I am out of here. Have a happy weekend, and Wolverines motherfucker.